Hi, this is Rachel Zine, and I am here with Michael Kane from Hybrid. What things are you listening for in music that excite you?
I think for me, it's really about creativity and how people can manipulate sound. I always thought like music is the artful manipulation of sound. How can you take sounds like traditionally orchestral music, blended in with like electronics and even stuff like, environmental sounds in ways like even like John Cage or Henry Threadgill kind of put stuff together in a really weird way. How weird can you be in making music? Like that's the stuff that I'm really kind of into as a creative musician.
Okay. Now, what do you feel that Hybrid brings to the already vast world of recorded music?
I think what I try to do as a member of the group and as a composer is really try to freak the art form a little bit. I mean, we come from a traditional jazz background, and jazz as a music is really synthesis in nature. I mean, it comes from swing, really. It was like dance music at one point, and like the beat, like guys like Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie kind of took what was going on and made more of an art out of it. So there's music today like rock and roll and hip hop and all the kind of popular genres. I try to take the jazz elements and kind of freak those art forms a little bit and see how we can make a synthesis out of tradition and innovation. I mean, that's really what I'm after, is like trying to make something new out of something old, or taking tradition and making something innovative out of it.
Okay. Now, as a musician who went through secondary music programs, why would you recommend this to other aspiring players?
Recommending like a college education, you mean?
Yeah, like any other further educations for music.
I kind of think of music as anything else. If you want to be in medicine, you go to school to be a doctor. If you want to be a mechanic, you learn how to work on cars. For me, I wanted to be a musician, so it was important for me to learn the ins and outs of music, whether it be orchestration or harmony or the history. I wanted to be as well-rounded a musician as I could be. And coming up through high school, I was a rock guitar player. I sang in bands and played covers of Nirvana and Metallica, and that was cool, and I loved that. But when I got to college and did a master's degree in jazz, that's when I really started expanding my mind as far as what had been done, where are we, and where are we going. And I wanted to be, for me, music is as much a craft as it is an art form. I mean, any good musician is going to have some sort of technical proficiency. They're going to have some sort of harmonic knowledge. I mean, I speak specifically of jazz. And they're going to try to be creative at the same time. And I think I want to let the spirit of music in as much as I can. And I found that the better I am technically, the more harmonically informed I am, the more I can get out of the way and let the art form do its own thing. So, that's really why I would recommend pursuing further education in music, is to get yourself out of the way so you can allow the magic to happen.
Okay. Now, what advice could you offer to other creative musicians who are trying to get out there, get organized, and eventually be heard?
Faith. Really for me, there's a line from The Matrix I hang on to. They're on the roof and Neo just saved Trinity from the helicopter. And Morpheus says to Neo, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. And I think times as a musician, you wonder, like, what did I do this for? Why am I doing this? Why? Like, I've heard no again. And you have to believe in what you do and know that if you stick with it, it's going to be all right. There's a guy in town named John Swan that also told me it's not about who's right, it's about who's left, who hung with it through the hard times. And if you've got faith in yourself and the art form and you really believe in what you do, I think everything's going to be working out for you.
All right, and it obviously worked out for you, huh?